Hi everybody, I'm Deacon Dave.
I'm layperson Lisa.
And I'm due to Miss Debbie.
Welcome to the Deacon Dave and layperson Lisa show.
Featuring special guest,
Due to Miss Debbie.
Yeah, so you let me and Debbie do the
You and
Deacon
Debbie?
Dave. Me and Debbie. I call everybody different names on the, I learned that from you though.
I know.
So day three on the England coast to coast.
alternate route.
We did an alternate route and listen, I just want to tell everybody that we did more miles. We did 10 miles where the other route was only 8 miles.
That's how hardcore we are.
Yes. Now you might be wondering why we took the alternate route.
You got some sunburn right there.
I got sunburned?
Looks like it.
He has a floppy hat on.
Yeah, that's fine. We were in the shade a lot today.
Maybe that was from you. Oh, the States.
It's a great video so far, isn't it? Yeah, so we took the alternate route because the other route was a bit hilly and rocky, and it allowed us to all enjoy beautiful lake views, right? We ran into a gentleman who is from the local area, and Debbie actually evangelized him.
Yes.
And he said that after a breakup with his girlfriend of 3 years, that over a 3-month period, he fell away spiritually. And so Debbie made an invitation to him to come back. And what did he say, Debbie?
He said that was given up on his spiritual side because he was in a bad place. And I told him to open his mind and heart and maybe spend 5 to 10 minutes and open up the Bible or a Christian book and just open it up and read something
Spiritual. Each day.
And hopefully that what he read each day would be either an affirmation, encouragement, or strength, gave him comfort or peace or something. Because I did believe that God works that way in his divine providence. It's no coincidence that he sends us some messages when we need them. And I also explained to him that he could even listen to Christian music and may be able to receive, Dave, you're being so silly, receive
You
messages.
have to be professional and just keep going.
Okay.
This is what he does.
Okay. Receive messages from Jesus through Christian music. And he said he was very encouraged by all of that. And he says that he thinks that something like that would help him, and hopefully he would have an opportunity, take me up on my advice.
So had we not taken the alternate route, this opportunity to evangelize, so we are claiming God's providence in this alternate route.
Yes.
Lisa, what about you?
Well, it just made me think of our waitress today who had some tattoos, and you had asked her about them, and she had a Tinkerbell, and it said, all you need is faith and a little fairy dust. And you asked her, well, what's behind that? And she goes, oh, well, I was in a really bad time, so this just gives me hope. And I think that exemplifies what so many people, including the man that you were speaking with, Debbie, what so much of the world looks at, like, oh, well, I can find hope in a Disney character, or like, she also had
Other tattoos.
Yeah, she had other tattoos.
Yes, other tattoos.
Yes, that looked that showed that her
life wasn't easy.
Was not revolving around God,
right.
And how the world has such an influence on that, and we can take the opportunity when they arise, like Debbie did today, to speak to people about Jesus in a gentle way, and kind of open that door and then see if they kind of bite, because you had kind of said that you originally were talking about Jesus and something else, and then he circled around.
Yeah, he circled around and brought it back up.
I'm listening.
And so we have that opportunity to spread the gospel. So it's like the first reading in today's Mass from Acts of the Apostles, how Paul and I think it was Silas or Barnabas, one of his buddies, they were going to these places and they were encouraging the Christian communities there. They were helping to keep their focus on God despite the things going on in their lives, and so we're called to also do the same.
Go ahead, Deb.
Oh, I was just going to say that at Mass today, there was actually a deacon, and at the end of the Mass, I can't remember his exact words, but he said, go and spread the word, or go and spread the gospel, or evangelize. So I felt like, wow, that message really, like, consciously and subconsciously, like,
you did that today.
I did. It sunk in, and I actually did it.
Because you mentioned that before we even met this guy.
Yeah.
So we called an Uber this morning, or last night. We scheduled an Uber. Then Debbie looks at it this morning, and
it was confirmed last night.
We reserved it.
And then it became unconfirmed.
At 8:30 when it was supposed to pick us up.
And so we had to catch the bus. And the bus was a little early, which was good. But we made it to church a few minutes late. And so we were able to read all of the readings ourselves and then participate in Mass and receive Jesus, which was really nice. They invited us over for coffee and whatnot, but we had to get on about our walk.
Had to get on about it, yeah.
Right, so we took the bus back. Right, we had to take the bus 20 minutes to get there. And we got the bus back, and then we walked back up there, had dinner up there, and then took the bus back. So here we are.
No, the bus back to our new hotel.
Yes, our new hotel, right? But via the alternate route and a couple of timely bus rides.
I think we can call our route the lengthy route.
Yes, the lengthy route. It was the lengthy route.
Yeah, it was lengthy. They only did 8 miles.
Right, but I'm going to tell you what, the paths out here have been crazy. But we today, I think all in all, was with the paths
It
were
was
pretty
still
good.
rough for a lot of it, but we did get to a nice dusty path.
Right.
But we didn't have to scale mountains and cliffs.
Scramble.
Oh,
Is that what they call it? Scrambling.
Scrambling is climbing without
Out rope.
without rope. We learned that today too.
Yep.
Right, and oftentimes
We're
in our lives we're
experienced in
scrambling without Jesus.
Oh, good point.
Right, we're scrambling without Jesus, and we have this lifeline that's there. It's like the story we've heard, right? Like Jesus is sending you all of these lifelines, and we're not taking them.
Yes.
And so, what are the lifelines in your life that maybe have been offered to you, and you are scrambling instead of grabbing on to the lifeline that Jesus has given you? What other thoughts? It's actually pretty good. We came up with a lot of stuff from today, huh?
Yes.
Pretty good for an alternate route day.
Well, I think today's gospel also, the love our neighbors. Debbie and I were talking about that, and how so many, in terms of forgiveness, like how so many people don't really understand what forgiveness is, and to love is to will the good of the other without expecting anything in return. And so forgiving people gives us the ability to will their good. So we don't have to be back in relationship with them. We don't have to tell them, oh, I forgive you.
Be their best bud.
Or be their best bud. The forgiveness part is between us and God. And when we forgive someone, we are really freed from the burden of the bitterness, the anger, the resentment that maybe that person would have on us whenever we would be around them or see them or think of them. And so just to love them, which we're called to do as Christians, to be disciples and to will their good. And I think when we put it in that perspective, it makes it kind of more attainable. And I guess more of an act of the will. Okay, Lord, I desire to do this. Help me.
So love one another as I have loved you.
Yes.
Right? And how has the Lord loved you? And are you loving others in that same way? In fact, are you letting the Lord love you? So often we don't even do that. Right?
Yeah.
with people that want to love us, a God who wants to love us. We don't do that. And there's a variety of reasons for why that may be the case, but we should allow ourselves to be loved. And so, anything else, ladies?
Well, I was just going to say, when Debbie and I were talking, she made a good point how this statement was preceded by Judas, and how Jesus knew what he was going to do, and he left. And that is what kind of pushed, or, I'm tired, so I can't find my words, but initiated what Jesus said
to the apostles.
Yes.
To glorify him, and that, and to forgive him and to love him.
So, spoiler alert, tomorrow might be another alternative route day. You'll have to check it out tomorrow to find out if that's actually the case. I'm Deacon Dave.
I'm Layperson Lisa.
Dude, Miss Debbie.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.